All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. You know, it's always evening time. Good evening. How you doing? How are you doing today? Thank you for the likes. Ooh. So, oh goodness, we're doing some monthly readings today. So if you are wanting to get your monthly overview here, baby, when I tell you Kiera said, one thing I ain't wasting is time. Kiera said, y'all can go ahead and waste time. But one thing I ain't wasting is time. Ooh, so y'all, let's talk about this. When I tell you, I've been windmilling. Yesterday, no, for the last 3 days, I've been battling a sinus infection. Now, let me tell you, I ain't been sick since before 2020. It's been 6 years. And when I tell you that sinus infection tried to take me out of here, it tried to take me down. But once I realized what it was, I hit it with everything I got. And I got a lot better suddenly. Okay? I got you, Felicia. So let's go ahead and dive into this. The importance of what we're doing today is to get some clarity surrounding the energy for you for this month of May. Now, I made a video talking about the universal number 5 for May. Okay, universal month 5 for May. Go back and watch that video because I discuss a lot of changes. Okay? A lot of changes, a lot of it's a lot going on. Okay? 5 is the number of liberation. Okay? Some will find that 5 is connected to power. 5 is the number of liberation. So this is definitely the month of we're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. All right? That's definitely the energy. Okay. I got you, Alidria. We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. So I'm gonna start with Kiara. And so y'all are gonna see that I may be typing because I'm taking notes of the cards that come up. Because me and my tribe, we go over some of the messages and the cards and things because it tends to be an equal energy of the day. And so if you see me typing, that's what that's about. Okay? So we're going to get into this. See what we got going on. All right. This is for Kiara. Then I got Felicia. Then I got Alidra. Okay? What's the message for me? Okay, Kiara. Take note of this. And Kiara, when is your birthday again? Hey, Miss Drea. 7/31. Okay. You're in a master number 11 year, personal year? Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's look at what we got here. Okay. So this month for you is going to be on point because if you watch the video where we talked about the universal month 5, this is going to be a powerful pivot month for you as well. So you're going to be right directly in alignment with that energy. Month for you is going to be stepping out of fantasy. It's going to be stepping out of illusion. It's going to be stepping out of sabotage, self-sabotage, with the energy of clear intention, independence, and renewal. Okay? So we first start off here with the 9 of Pentacles, which shows up here. Kiara. The 9 of Pentacles lets me know that this month is going to be reminding you of your personal power. This month is going to be also reminding and revealing to you that you have the ability to thrive by yourself, right? You can find success in being solo. Okay, that's how I'm planning it too. Okay, perfect. All right. Reminding you that you have the ability to thrive solo. And this is also an energy of an earned abundance. You've been, of course, in an energy where we are just second guessing the glow up. But the spirit is going to remind you this month that yes, the things are actually happening. Yes. Okay. We also got the 7 of Cups that shows up reverse here. Now, normally the 7 of Cups is a card that speaks about wishful thinkings. Okay. And being caught up in an illusion. But this 7 of Cups reverse speaks to there being clarity. Excuse me. After confusion. So where you have been in a space of being overwhelmed by choices, overwhelmed by decisions that you need to make, experiencing an emotional fog. But Spirit is going to be showing in this month that you're ready to make aligned and grounded decisions. Okay? So you're seeing through the smoke. All right? I want to speak about this Page of Wands that comes up here for you. This is a card of new inspiration. Okay? This card is also a card that invites bold energy. Okay? Being enthusiastic about movement. Being enthusiastic about moving towards something new. Wherever the movement is, there's an enthusiasm that comes underneath that. Okay? But that's that 5 energy, the energy of liberation, freeing yourself. All right? I want to discuss this devil card that's in reverse here at the bottom of the deck. The devil card is in reverse. Normally this card upright is about being chained to something, caught up in something, needing to break from something. However, the devil card in reverse speaks to a powerful release energy. So a destroying, a breaking of a cord, of a tie that's been toxic, trauma bond, inner critic. Again, this is a card that is focused on you reclaiming your personal power. Not to mention also splitting the deck is a death card. And this death card, anytime we see that death, it's about a transformation. That transformation is anchoring this entire month for you. Okay? There's an ending mindset or season, an ending of those, but there's a rebirth that's happening here. Okay? All of that's here. So, in the energy of this, I think it'd be very beneficial for you to set some freedom-centered mantras. Do those as affirmations daily. Write out you a prayer and do that daily, just to keep yourself encouraged, push forward. I encourage you to throw away things that you don't need this month. Anything that could be taking up space, being a blockage, clearing that out. I encourage you to do a road opener working. All right? Blockbusting road opener. Because this is all the energy of you moving forward, defeating the inner critic, you taking a step towards your liberation and being ye liberated. Okay? So I'm very excited for this May month for you. As long as liberation is at the forefront, success and wellness is to follow. I already got half the stuff for the Waymaker. Okay, good. Good. So go ahead and knock that Waymaker out before this month is over. Okay? Got to get the last few pieces and do it. Okay, that's on point. Well, see, you're operating in alignment. You're operating in alignment. Okay? Thank you, Kiara. Let me see. I got Felicia, then I got Alidra. Hey, Felicia. Felicia, when's your birthday? You're welcome. Ooh. Excuse me, y'all. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I feel a lot better. I feel really a lot better today. It's just got to deal with all of the mucus. So bear with me. Okay. All right. Here we go, Felicia. For this one. Felicia, here we go. Show me the microphone. All right. Note of this. We had, okay. Okay, Felicia. So just looking at what's surfacing here. Ooh, fix this. The theme of this month for you is going to be centered on stepping out of emotional grief, recharging and working from your personal power. Dare I say, reclaiming your personal power, and also learning how to receive without guilt, fear, or imbalance. Hi, Astro. Okay. Spirit is going to be highlighting how much you already carry, and also how much you've been overgiving. Okay? Because when we overgive, anything shows up, right? As opposed to us magnetizing what it is that we deserve. So, first card that you get here is this Five of Cups that shows up in reverse. So, normally, upright, this is a card that speaks to loss or experiencing more grief. But this card coming up here in reverse lets me know that this is getting ready to be a season or a month of emotional restoration. Okay? So, coming out of a low emotional space, coming out of a grief, coming out of a sadness, coming out of a regret. All right? And turning that emotional dial around. I want you to be mindful of, some people use the term forgiveness. I say release. Who do you need to release? What experiences do you need to release? Right? What needs to be released? Hi, Helen. What needs to be released? All right? And releasing is going to be at the center of your healing in this month of May. What do I need to release? We also have the Magician card, which comes up here. And when the Magician card comes up, and particularly upright, you have to be mindful of a couple of things. One, that you have all of the tools. You're not someone that is without the tools or the capabilities to do what you need to do. You have every tool that you need. Your words, your thoughts, your intentions are activators, okay? But you got to be mindful that because that is the case, what you say, you shape. What you speak, you shape. So, speak the things that are not as though they need to be. Speak, mind the tongue, because what you will say will happen. Okay? So let's make sure that we are only speaking, expressing, speaking and expressing things that we want to manifest and take form. Okay? And as a number 3 person that you are, your voice is your most powerful tool. So being very mindful, because I know you can build somebody up with your words, Felicia, or you could tear somebody down. Okay? And so the choice is going to be to use it for the benefit. In conjunction with that, we have the Empress card, which comes up for you, Felicia. This Empress card is a symbol for the divine feminine, in the sense of abundance, in the sense of creation, in the sense of love, in the sense of nurturing. The Spirit wants to highlight for you that you are in a fertile window. Okay? Creatively, a fertile window. And so, you should treat yourself as a sacred ground. Anybody who has some ideas to share with you in this month's time frame, it's going to prosper. Anybody that has some foolishness to share with you, that's going to prosper too. So I want you to be mindful of what energy you entertain this month. All right? Be mindful of what energy you entertain this month, because that thing is going to take form. Okay? We got the Six of Pentacles, which shows up in reverse. All right? When the Six of Pentacles show up in reverse, I want you to be aware of imbalances, where you may be giving too much without being replenished. Where we have equated love with sacrifice. Just like, in order for me to love you, something in me gotta die and suffer and endure. We're not choosing that energy anymore. You don't have to prove your worth by pouring out more than you're receiving. So in the same way that you have been cognizant of your financial bank account, I need you to be cognizant of your energetic bank account. Can I afford this energetically? And the answer is no. Is this going to pour back into me and refill my account? No. So I can't afford to engage or invest in it. It's going to pay. This is going to be very critical this month. All right. And as I checked, 4:30. Let me just look at this. 7 plus 9. Okay. 7. Yeah. So at the center of this month for you. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm lying. Hold up. Wait a minute. 7 plus 9. 7. 7 plus 5. 3. Yeah. So this month in particular is a 3 personal month for you. And as a 3 person, again, that centers on the voice. So this is why the Spirit is highlighting being mindful of what you speak. And that 3 energy is very creative. All right. So be intentional about what you want to see. Be very intentional about what you speak. Okay. Thank you, Felicia. So accurate. I'm minding and managing my mouth. Thank you. Come on. Come on, confirmation. So that's how you know you're doing exactly what you need to do. Staying in that energy, you're going to be just fine, 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 fine. Ooh. Okay. I got Alidra, then I got Siobhan, and then I got Kayla. Felicia, woo! I know that's right. All right, Alidra. Alidra, could you please let me know your birthday? Oh no, you're not too late. You could get on in, Helen. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, Adrian. Just in mind, Adrian Moore. Okay, gotcha. All right, here we go, Lidra. I got you. All right, so let's look at this. And you said you're a number 9 person. Like me, like me. Come on, number 9. Ooh. All right, let's look at what we got here, Lidra. Peace, love. Hey, Chief Apostle Veronica. Baby, one thing about Chief Apostle, she be dressed to the nines. When I tell you the nines, the nines. Chief Apostle stays in a fashionable holiness. Okay? You will never catch Chief Apostle dressed on the go, bonnet on, baby. Chief Apostle stays to the nines. Okay? And I love her just for that, period. Okay? But she's doing excellent work in the deconstruction space. So I honor you for that. Now, Lidra, this month in theme is going to be centered on mental discipline, emotional distance, and the cost of clarity. I'm going to say it again. Mental discipline, emotional distance, and the cost of clarity. All right? So it's clear to me that you're trying to maintain peace of mind and forward motion while navigating tensions and conflicts and miscommunication and chaos. Okay? And chaos. So let's look at this. We have the Two of Pentacles, which comes out first. Two of Pentacles is always a card that's about juggling or balancing. So this speaks to balancing competing priorities. The Spirit needs for you to create a structure and manage your time / your resources better. One of the things that I always say when we talk about how to prioritize, priority means not what's most important, because we're going to think everything is most important. That's why we're in the problem we're in now. Priority is, what can I do today? with the resources I have at this moment. What can I do today with the resources I have at this moment? If I gotta wait till next week, roll in next month, I can't worry about it. What can I do today? And do that thing, because that's the only thing you can do, is what you have the tools to do. I want you to ask yourself this month, what things am I carrying that are for me to carry? And what things am I carrying that are for others to carry? You got the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a card that centers transition, that centers moving on, that centers change. So this speaks to me that you are moving from something that has been mentally and emotionally heavy. Though the waters are still treacherous and can feel turbulent, but this speaks to this month allowing space for a detachment and a movement away from conflict. Okay? You said that's why I just got write-ups today for attendance. Oh my goodness. All right? So there's going to be a shifting here. All right? Let me see something. Yeah. So this moving away from conflict is gonna be connected to finances. Is gonna be connected to money and potentially work. All right. So that's why it's very important that you refocus. You even sit with yourself and say, what am I doing and what do I need to do? And what can I do to get more in alignment with what I need to do? Okay, I got you. This Five of Swords comes up here. That speaks about conflict again. All right. This can be a combination of an internal, a self-sabotage, or external power struggles, pettiness. All right. And so you have to be very mindful, because every win is not worth the cost of your peace. In fact, I don't think any win is. So this month, Spirit is going to urge you to walk away and let go. Okay? I also want you to be mindful in your personal life where you may be fighting to be right as opposed to fighting to resolve. We want to be fighting to resolve, not fighting to be right. This Knight of Swords comes up here, reverse. This Knight of Swords speaks to impulsiveness, verbal tension, but this Knight of Swords warns us from moving too fast, being too impulsive, speaking too harshly. The message comes this month: don't let urgency override wisdom. Okay? Don't let urgency override the wisdom. Okay? And lastly, we got this King of Swords up right at the bottom of the deck. There's an elder within you that's waking up. There's a voice of reason that's in you that's waking up. Okay? And we need to align with that. Because nine is a hot-tempered energy. Okay? So I already know. I got you there, Shauna. I already know. Okay? So the elder, the voice within us waking up, it's going to help us to embody clear judgment. It's going to help us to embody healthy detachment. It's going to help us to embody a mental authority. And it's going to help us use our emotions for other things, but allow strategy to lead. All right? All of that is coming up in this in this upcoming month. Break it down for me, Darcel. You're welcome. And let me now just go ahead and calculate this so I can see. And your birthday is 1/18. So 8, 9, 10. Okay, so let's look at this. This is a year of new starts and new beginnings. Got you, Allison. Okay? So it's time for us to do things differently. It's time for us to do things differently. Different mindsets, different ways of approaching, different ways of stepping towards something. We're going to do things differently. This month is going to also hinge on the home, on the family, and on duties associated with the home. So that's why we have to get very clear about the juggling of our resources and the juggling of our time. Okay? Thank you, Lidra. Now, I already know the way y'all Negroes ran through here. I'm gonna have to shut this list down. Let me go ahead and see everybody that done hopped up on this list. Oh, I already know. Hold on. I already know. Okay, look, y'all not too crazy. Oh, Lord. Spoke too soon. Okay, I believe right now. Got it. Great, great, great. Let me look good with both eyes. Okay. Right now, I got Siobhan. Then I got Kayla Renee. I got Adrienne, Helen, Jasmine, Dejana, and Allison. Okay. So let me just go ahead and work through this with y'all. All right. Right now, I got, who did I say? I got Siobhan, and then I got Kayla Renee. Siobhan, are you here? And as always, I thank y'all for y'all's patience. I just want to make sure that I'm giving everybody what they need to get. All right, I got you, Siobhan. Siobhan, when's your birthday? The message for May. All right. 516. Okay, 516. Ooh, you a number 7 person. Baby, you number 7 peoples. I love y'all. I'm a number 7. My life path is number 7. Let me tell you about number 7 people. Number 7 people, by the time you figure out they had a problem, they've solved it already. You will never know what's going on unless they have no other choice. Baby, you will never know. You be like, you went through what? And they're like, yeah, I know it was a hard time, but I'm here now. It's like, why didn't you tell nobody? They'll never let you. You'll be like, okay, don't worry about it. All right, Siobhan, let's look at this. So, judging by the cards that come out here, the themes for you for this month are going to be centered in separation, soul searching, and slowly climbing back to self. Separation, soul searching, and slowly climbing back to self. So, why do I say that? The Hermit card comes up. Heavy number 7 energy. The Hermit card reveals that you are either in currently or being called to a sacred solitude, a season of solitude. Whether this is going to come by your own choice or a circumstance, there is a path that Spirit is placing you this month on reflection, or learning and searching the soul. Solitude and isolation are not the same thing. Solitude is sitting with self, being with self, examining self, and asking self some deep questions. I've been trying to cut cords with people and get back to myself. Come on, confirmation to figure me out. Right. Yeah, that's going to be heavy. You're going to get to that understanding this month. We got the Lover's card in reverse. The Lover card in reverse speaks to a disconnection in a relationship. Okay? A loss of harmony. Values being misaligned. The cutting of the course that you was just talking about. All right? And also ask yourself the question of, how have you abandoned yourself for other people? Okay? How have you abandoned yourself for other people? And so when you see those connections coming to a close, let them. Just let them. Because this is supposed to be about you now. Okay? Let me see. All the stuff up. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles comes up. You have to be mindful that healing is not fast. Okay? Healing is not quick. There's no microwave healing. There's not one meditation healing. There's not one prayer healing. You just have to stay grounded, stay patient, and committed to the slow rebuild. There's a process, and every transformation isn't dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet. Hey. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's steady and internal. So what you have to do is keep showing up for yourself. Oh, hey, Tasha. I just realized who you are. Hey. All right? Keep showing up for yourself. All right? We got the Two of Cups reverse. This is another confirmation of a harmony disconnect in a partnership, romantic, platonic, cousin, whatever. Here's the message. Don't chase what's draining you. Okay? I also see the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. And when this Ten of Swords shows up, it's a great sign because the Ten of Swords means that we done went as low as we could go. So the worst is over. Okay? But the healing isn't complete yet. So yes, there's been betrayal for you. You've been experiencing burnout. Yes, there's been an emotional rock bottom. Now we're in the recovery. So forgiveness, especially of the self-forgiveness is going to be your key. Self-forgiveness is going to be your key. All right? So what I encourage you to do is to take you a good old white bath. Uh, what y'all talking about? A good old white bath. You can do that with milk, coconut milk. Now, you ain't got to fill up the whole tub with coconut milk. Just pour it in the water. Coconut milk, some holy water or Florida water, um, some white petals, white flowers, some sea salt or Epsom salt, and some hyssop. All right? White baths are great for spiritual cleansing, but also of soothing the energy for peace, for renewal, and for a reset. Okay? That's what I suggest. Thank you, Siobhan. I got Kayla now. Thanks, Siobhan. Kayla, then Adrene, Helen, Jasmine, Dejana, then Allison. You're welcome, China. All right, Kayla. Kayla, let me know about your birthday, please. Let me know when your birthday is. Nine two. Okay. All right. Number two person. Baby, I love a good number two person. When they are balanced. Okay. When number two people are balanced, ooh, they are a joy. Baby, when they are unbalanced, run. Run. They can be emotionally available and easygoing and agreeable. But honey, when they are not balanced, they're going to burn it all down today. But we love our number two people. Mm-hmm. But good God Almighty, y'all. Okay. Here we go. Caleb, the energy and the theme for May. First, this is what it's going to be centered on. Deciphering immature energy. Dealing with inner conflict. And emotional mistrust. What is this? TikTok and these puzzles are wearing me out. Okay? deciphering immature energy, dealing with inner conflict, and emotional mistrust. Okay? So we start off here with this Five of Wands. And this Five of Wands speaks to internal conflict and also external tension. So there is going to be a sense of either having to compete with others or be in conflict with a group of people. All right? And thus creating a conflict within yourself. There's going to be this push and pull between what you desire and your discipline, between freedom and fear. So there's going to be some drama that is circling. That's why this Five of Wands speaks about groups. But you don't have to play every game you're invited to. So I want you to be very mindful about deciphering, this is just a mess. This is just mess. And I'm logging out of the mess. Kayla said, OMG, on point already. Okay? This is just mess. And I'm not going to participate in the mess. Okay? Because this is all it is. I also want to talk about this Justice card that comes in reverse. Yes, I don't have time for all of that, for real, truly. And also, don't feel bad, right? Don't let nobody convince you that you need to do this or be involved. It's mess, and that's it. Okay? This Justice card reveals a sense of unfairness, an imbalance, and a lack of accountability. Okay? So, if you are not avoiding a truth, trust your intuition about somebody in your circle or someone that you know that's not being honest. Okay? And if you catch it, peep it, clock it, address it. Don't let it wait, because guess what? You're going to end up having to address it louder later. Okay? Pay very close attention. That comes to that deciphering. Pay close attention. I also want to speak about the Page of Cups that comes up upright. Now, anytime Page of Cups comes up, this is a card that is centered in flirtation, innocence. It's centered in the emotional sensitivity. And so I don't know what your romantic situation is like. If you're hoping for new love or for a new start in the love that you currently have. But here's the key. Is the emotional maturity there? Is there still some growing that we got to do? We got to grow a little bit. Okay? And this connects to that Justice card, being honest with ourselves. Like, can I really deal with that right now? I don't know if I'm quite there yet. Still some growing. Okay. And that's okay. We got to be honest about it. So, hey, explore the feelings. Don't cling to the outcome because you know you got some growing to do. And that's okay. Hone in on yourself and then grow. Okay? That's all right. We have the Page of Pentacles that shows up here reverse. And when this Page of Pentacles shows up, this is a call for you to study, to ground yourselves, and to make slow, stable moves towards what you want. You must learn before you leap. Some of us want to leap and learn. It's not always the best option. There's more that we need to study. There's more we need to learn. And this is, you see, all of this is focused on your self-growth. That's why you literally cannot afford to be in the throes of other people's foolishness. There's a lot of you have to focus on. Okay? It's a lot of you got to focus on. You actually don't have the time. You don't have the time. You don't have the space. You don't have the time. The Fool card in reverse comes out too. And this card speaks to a hesitation around starting over. And might I even say this? Because May is that number 5 energy that's so liberation and freedom center, you also have to learn the difference between freedom and recklessness. Okay? Hold on. Freedom versus recklessness. Here's the difference. Freedom is movement with awareness. I'm clear about what I'm doing. I'm clear why I'm doing it. I'm clear that this is what this is going to bring and cause for me in my life. I'm clear. Recklessness is movement without awareness. I don't care. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how. I don't know why I'm doing this. That's reckless. Kayla said, I just asked myself, do I sit and wait or take the leap right now? Which I know would be a premature move. Well, that's your confirmation. Sit and wait. That's your confirmation. And trust that when it's time to leap, you will know you're ready. All right? Let me look at something. So this year for you is a master number 11 year, which is a year centered in enlightenment, a year centered in a spiritual awakening, a year that's centered in you coming into a big realization about yourself. All right? So it's very important for you to take care of your mental health this month. Life is already stressful. You don't need to do anything that's going to stress you out. All right? And when I look at the number for May, it comes to a 7 personal month for you. And 7 is the month of the self-evaluation. That is going within. That is studying self. That's the sitting down, right? And so you right on it, okay? You're right on it. Slow down. And also know that what you want and what you desire for your life, Kayla, is real. But also you gotta become the person who can receive it. And that we need to grow. Okay, Kayla? We all on this journey together. We all gotta work through, work for some things. We're on it together. Thank you, Kayla. Adrienne, then Helen, then Jasmine, then Jonathan, Allison. Adrienne. Adrienne. Thank you. You're welcome. You're a number 7 person. What's the month? What's your month and day? All right. And just so y'all know, that may be your life path number 7. When I mention like someone's a number this person or that person, I take the birthday, that the day they're born on, which is the first. Baby, let me tell you something. Number 1, baby, number 1s, y'all are the initiators. Okay, y'all are the leaders. Okay, y'all hop right to the forefront. And I'll tell you what else. You better not be in a relationship and it seems like they're not putting you first. They might as well throw y'all off the bridge. They might as well throw y'all off the bridge. Okay? What do you mean? You mean you didn't think about me before you did any of this? I wasn't your first thought? Throw me off the bridge. Because I just can't believe this. Okay, Adrian. Let's look. Look into this month of May for you. You know, Adrian, most of the time, number 1 people, y'all are the first ones to do certain things. So, like, y'all tends to be the first one to break off into spirituality in your family. You tend to be the trailblazer. Okay? You tend to have the pressure of being the first. But baby, you number 1, honey. So you may feel like, why I always got to be the one? Well, because you are the one. You are the one. Okay? You're the one. And so deal with it. Because you are the one, girl. So, for you, The theme of this month is going to be distractions, emotional maturity, and avoidance. Distractions, emotional maturity, and avoidance. Okay? So, Knight of Cups comes in reverse. This Knight of Cups speaks to emotional inconsistency. Okay? I need you to be mindful of yourself first, of making sure that you are emotionally stable, that you are doing what you need to do to make sure your emotions are intact. But also, let me see something. I want you to be mindful of someone in your life that is emotionally unstable. I want you to be mindful of romanticizing a situation or a person that isn't emotionally stable. Don't let charm distract you from the truth. All right? Don't let charm distract you from the truth. Sometimes we can make up 500 reasons. And another thing I find people go back to, but they're not a bad person. Listen, it's not about people being a bad person or not. Are they emotionally mature or are they not? You understand? So we're here for the truth this month. Lettucey wrote a song called The Truth. She said, like a hurricane without warning, I woke up Sunday morning. I had to face the truth. The truth about me and you. All right? So, there's going to be a lot of truths that's going to be realized next month. And you need to believe the truth as opposed to what your idea of the situation is. Okay? We got the Page of Swords. Page of Swords speaks to you being curious, being alert, being mentally active, but also overthinking. We can be so curious that we're spying, okay? And just it's in the realm of overthinking. So this speaks to someone wanting answers but may not have the right questions. This is a card that focuses on the importance of observation. And Spirit really wants you to be in your observation bag this month. Okay? Watch to learn, not watch to stay stuck. I'm watching to learn. All right? Sometimes we're so focused on what we need to do, and what we really need to do is sit and watch. I also want to highlight this Eight of Pentacles that comes up here in reverse. This Eight of Pentacles. I want you to sit down with yourself and be real about what work you are resisting. If it's a spiritual practice, if it's a relationship effort, if it's an inner healing, if it's a deep wound, a deep truth, but there's an avoidance here, an avoidance of work. So sit down with your journal and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? What hard truths? What real work? What am I avoiding? And trust what comes up. There's an African proverb that says there are no shortcuts to the top of the palm tree. Okay? We can't close our eyes and appear at the top. Thus, there's no shortcut to transformation. We got to get the hands dirty. Okay? That's just it. No way around that. So be mindful of that. We also have the Eight of Cups, which shows up here reversed for this month. I want you to be mindful of something that you know has come to an end that you're still holding on to. What situation has us 1 foot in and 1 foot out when we really need to have our whole body out? Okay? What are you afraid to fully remove yourself from? Sit with your journal, ask yourself that question. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. The Hermit speaks to that. Underneath all is you being called to self-reflection. Underneath it all is you being called to your inner wisdom. So the Spirit is taking away the noise on purpose. So you're being pushed into a spiritual solitude, not to punish you, but to reveal. So this is the time where we need to sit and seek answers from within, not from the outside. So you keep looking for someone, something, in places, in people, in promises, but the Spirit is calling you back to yourself. So we're going to stop entertaining the distractions and we're going to sit with what is real. Because the truth is waiting. Okay? Thank you. So get your journal, get your glass of wine. Well, I don't know if that's spiritually appropriate. You know what? Get your glass of wine, light you a candle, and get to writing. Thank you. Helen, then Jasmine, then Jana, then Allison. Okay. No problem, Dana. Hi, Helen. Nine says, when Darcel says you don't have to get a reading to get a reading, this is what he means because I'm getting a reading. Hey, Kaya. Gotcha. I understand. Hey, hey, hey. Listen, just sit for a while. You'll get something you need. I promise. All right. So now I'm on Helen. Then I got Jasmine, then Jana, then Allison. Let me blow my nose. That's what I keep doing. I'm stepping out the camera. Excuse me. Ooh. Work I go. All right. Okay, Dana, I got you. Dana, you'll be after Allison. Okay? All right, Helen, let's look. Ooh. Listen, I'm grateful, but that's why I keep stepping out the frame, getting rid of this. Yeah, you can still slide on the list, Kaya. Getting done with this sinus infection. Baby, but try to take me out of here. Okay, I got you, Kaya. And you know I'm gonna go ahead and close the list. Go ahead and close the list. Make myself big on here. Decline. Oh, just made it. You made it in. You made it in. All right, here we go. This is for Helen. You said you were 18. Okay, number one person again. Come on, number one. Let me see something here. 5, wait, 6, 9. All right. So I want you to be mindful this month. Because this month is gonna center Helen on change, freedom, and change. Okay? There is a breakthrough that's trying to break through. And this is heavy in finances, heavy financial, money, stability, long term security, energy. Okay? So there's a gift that's being offered, and we just have to align to receive it. Okay? We got the Ace of Pentacles here upright. So there's a divine offer in this month. And because it's Pentacles, this is going to come in the form of money, be it job, just money, the home, a seed. But the soil has to be right. All right? And so I want you to think about what you've been praying for, what you've been manifesting, what you've been asking for. And then I want you to ask yourself, am I ready to receive what I'm asking for? Because there's a lot of folks that are trying to manifest a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of opportunities and stuff, but if the opportunity came today, they would not be ready. So sit with yourself and ask yourself, what I've been praying for, am I ready for that? And if the answer is no, what do I need to adjust so that I can be ready for what I want to receive? Okay? We got the Three of Pentacles that comes up here in reverse. All right? And so be mindful of who you're collaborating with. Be mindful of the teamwork, because there seems to be a breakdown in that. The spirit is showing somebody that is either not pulling their weight, they're not listening, or they have an unwillingness. All right? So be mindful of who you are in collaboration with, who you agree with. Because what do we say? When 2 or 3 are gathered. Okay? Be mindful about who you come into agreement with. Because etymologically, when we use the word conjure at the base of conjure is agreement. And so when we agree with someone, we conjure something. Okay? So be very mindful. Wow, someone called me today about what, look at, boom. Boom. Okay? We're looking for where the lie is. Someone called you just today. See? Because spirit be knowing what spirit be talking about. Very good. So just remember that the opportunity needs collaboration. All right? So make sure you're partnering up with someone that you feel you can trust, someone that the spirit is leading you to. All right? And someone that is just as willing and is pulling their weight. We have the Strength card come in reverse. Strength card in reverse speaks to an inner imbalance. This could show up in the form of a burnout. This can show up in the form of impatience. There's a difference between, sometimes we got to force some things and other times we got to flow. All right? Gentleness is not weakness. No, Allison, you're still on. I haven't got to you yet. Gentleness is not weakness. Okay? When we talk about strength is in the spiritual discipline. Okay? So I want you to embrace flow this month, not force. I know you number ones. I know you like to get stuff done fast, but flow. Flow, flow, flow. Okay? We have the Knight of Pentacles reverse. Knight of Pentacles come to remind us as well that there's some stagnation that we're experiencing. You may feel like your plans in some areas are not moving as they should. I want you to check your commitment. Your commitment and those that you are in commitment with. Because there's a commitment issue that's going on here and interrupting the energy. Okay? As I told Sister Woman before you, there's no shortcuts to the top of the palm tree. All right? No shortcut is going to lead to a lasting result. So are you truly committed? Okay? Alafia Iya, when you sent me that request, or you had messaged me with the link, I was in the throes of a sinus infection. And so I couldn't be of service, help, listening ability if I wanted to. But I'm on the other side of it now. All right? When it comes to writing my book. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you need to reassess your commitment. Check back in with yourself and ask why am I writing this book? You got to reinvigorate your why. Reassess your why. Why am I writing this book? What's the point? What's the purpose of me doing it? Okay? What's the point? What's the purpose? All right? That way, that can light that fire back and get you back going and flowing with it. Lover's card at the bottom of the deck. This is that disharmony. So that's why I said sit with yourself. Ask yourself the question. We got to assess what we're committed to and why, so that we could get ourselves in alignment to receive the opportunities. Okay? Ask yourself those questions. What do I want? And am I in agreement with that? What do I need to start doing or stop doing so that I could be in alignment? Okay? Thank you, Helen. But when you invest in that crypto, you get all that coin, just send me a love offering. Not a love offering. Thanks, Helen. Okay. Now I got Jasmine, then Dejana, then Allison, then Dana, then Kaya. Jasmine, are you here? Hi, Jasmine. Thank y'all for your patience. Lord knows I'll be telling myself I'm going to be fast, and then when's your birthday, Jasmine? Hey, loving me more. You said 12-8. Oh, number 8 person. Hey, number 8. Baby, number 8, that's the number of the entrepreneur. Or the business exec. Okay? Baby, number 8, that's the number of achievement. Those are the achievers. High achieving. Okay? Uh-huh. Okay, Jasmine. So, for you, for this month of May, fast, rapid change is on the agenda for May. For you. Fast, rapid change. All you have to do is to ground yourself so that you can be prepared for it and harness it. Hey. Eight of Pentacles shows up here. Reversed. I need you to chin check yourself in the spaces where you stop doing the work. Chin check yourself on the spaces where you stop doing or put in the work. Or where you've been doing, but the structure isn't there. And thus the energy is scattered. Because scattered energy, commitment issues, and avoidance will block your progress. Okay? Chin check yourself. Correct it and get back on your Zoom. Ain't that what we say? Get back on your Zoom. We got this 8 of Wands that comes up here. This is this 8 of Wands energy that is indicative of the fast movement. Okay? Things moving fast in the form of messages to you, things downloaded to you, opportunities. As I said, spiritual downloads. But speed without focus is chaos. And we're not trying to crash. So, check yourself. As I told Sister Woman before you, I'm saying this is what I want. I'm saying this is what I'm manifesting, but am I ready for it? And sometimes it's just minor adjustments you need to make. But you know where you've been putting in the work and where you haven't. You know, right? We know this. So, this is not a question of if the blessings are in motion. They've been in motion. They've been in motion. You got the 2 of Wands here, reverse. This 2 of Wands, reverse, speaks to you experiencing some hesitation as it pertains to moving forward or stepping into a new territory. Chin check yourself again as to where you are clinging on to what is comfortable. and in turn, doubting your vision. Where are you clinging on to what's comfortable and doubting your own vision? Can't get new results doing old things. The Spirit is bringing up a season of expansion for you, but you have to make sure that you are not the one restricting yourself. All right? That's heavy this month. Ace of Swords here shows up in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Now, Lord, hold on one second. Sorry, I got a phone call come through. Ace of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. This month is going to bring a breaking through of confusion, a breaking through of chaos, and it's going to cause you to rethink some things. I need you to go with those thoughts. Okay? The result of this month is going to be clarity and truth. But the cutting through confusion means you got to call it that. Now, this is just a distraction. This is a fruitless seed. And I'm going to choose to hone in. I'm going to choose to put back into the forefront what actually matters. All right? So you're going to be very clear in the middle of May and leaving May. So, intention for this month is to hone your focus. Say yes to clarity, because expansion starts with a yes. And let what's happening stretch you beyond your comfort zone. Okay? So, set your intention and your prayers around clarity and focus. All right? Thank you. I got you, Kaya. Thank you. I got Dejana, then I have Allison. Then I got Dana, then Kaya. Dejana, are you here? Hey, hey. 12:18. I know that's right. All right, Dejana. Here we go. 12:18. Come on, number 9. You're a number 9 person. Money. Money. Mm-mm. Come on, Dage the Lotus. I love that. Okay. All right. So let's look at this. But wait, is this the Dejana that moved to Arizona? Or is that another Dejana? I don't think that was Dejana. You know, so many names in the Rolodex. So many names. Dejana, you made the video when I released that golden oil. That was you. Ah, I think that was you. Did you make a video smelling the golden oil? It wasn't you. Baby, what's too many Dejans, okay? Because I thought it was. Well, you clearly know that I'm not ah you clearly know that I'm not doing this off of me knowing people. Because clearly I am mistaken. I'm screaming. But I've read you before, right, Dejana? You're not new here. It's the usernames and the thing. Don't worry about it. Let me just do what I'm supposed to do, y'all. Let me just do what I'm supposed to do and carry on. Okay? Dear God. Okay, Dejana. Here we go. Here's the theme for you. Okay. Here's the theme for this month. Will you build forward or will you fight backward? Will you build forward or will you fight backward? Do we stay stuck in what happened or do we step into what is next? I want to start off here by saying I clearly know you have been through it. And that people have made you feel unsupported, misunderstood. They have betrayed you. But there's something better ahead. But the question comes back to, will you build forward or will you fight backwards? Okay? So this Ten of Swords speaks to a painful ending, a rock bottom, a betrayal that you experience. And guess what? It's done. There's no fixing it. That's just it. But this is also liberation. What ended was never going to nourish you. So you got to let that thing have fulfilled its purpose, and let that thing die completely so that you can live again. Okay? Let the dead things die. Let the dead things die. Five of Wands. This speaks to conflict with other people, chaos. Um, and also you being surrounded by noise. Ego issues, clashes, arguments. I need you to know when you have to fight and when you need to walk away from the ring. When do I need to fight? Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is related to the job space also. All right. So being very clear, like, is this a battle that is worth it? Or what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Or is this just here to distract me? Okay? What is the fights that I need to be swinging in, and what are the fights I don't need to swing in? I got the Justice card reversed. So this speaks about you having been wrong, period. You've been done wrong, period. Um, and the Spirit wants you to know that justice will be served for those people that have done you wrong. And you just need to focus on your own integrity. The people may be getting by, but they're not getting away. Hello? They're getting by, but they're not getting away. Okay? Very important that we hear that. They're getting by, they're not getting away. Okay? Keep our integrity at the forefront. This Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck reverse speaks to you having felt unsupported or unappreciated by those that you expected to build something with. Now, this can be connected to co-workers. This also can be connected to family. But the Spirit speaks against you carrying dead weight. If y'all not going to help me build, I'm not giving you the blueprint. I'm not going to keep talking about my plans, my goals, whatever, and y'all are not going to help me to build. All right? Y'all are dead weight. And here's the blessing. Three of Wands this month. Expansion is ahead. New opportunities, new vision, a broader future. All of this is on the horizon. As long as we keep our eyes forward and stop looking backwards. On the shore that is ahead and not the ship that already sunk. All right? What betrayed you was never meant or built to carry you forward. The Spirit is providing an opportunity this month for you to move beyond, expand beyond what might have broke you. Okay? And so, cleansing baths, cut and clear baths, lemon, eucalyptus, salt. Cut through some of that foolishness and get clear. All right? Thank you, Dejana. I have Allison. Allison, are you here? Thank you. All right, Allison. You're welcome, Dejana. All right. Allison, when's your birthday? Come on, Leo. Come on, Leo gang gang. Okay. So I see that there has been a theme today on the importance of alignment and grounding. So everybody, you ain't did nothing else, go and ground yourself, sweetie. Please. Center and ground yourself. All right. Allison. The theme of this month is going to be centered around you thinking bigger. Okay? There's an energy here of you desiring more. And also needing to get clear about chasing desires that don't truly fulfill you. Okay? So we want to get clear about that this month, and you're going to get clear about that this month. Okay? So when I see first this Nine of Cups reverse, this signals dissatisfaction. This is a thing where we may have gotten what we thought we wanted, but it's not really giving what we thought it was supposed to give. All right, it's like, dang, well, I done got this, and now I still feel empty. Okay, so this is where the clarity work needs to be done. Working with your Ori, sitting with yourself and saying, okay, what do I need? How do I align with what I need for my wellness, what I need for my growth, what I need for my expansion? Because we may want a whole bunch of stuff. Okay? But what do we need that's actually going to be fulfilling? Not just what gives the appearance of fulfillment. So this speaks also about overindulgence, to be mindful of your overindulgence this month. And also how many of your desires are based upon ego. All right? Are based upon ego. And how much of your happiness have you put in the hands of other people? Because a surface-based satisfaction is no satisfaction at all. And if my happiness is based on other people, then I will not be happy unless they let me. And that can't be the case. That cannot be the case. Uh-huh. So it's the same thing when we talk about healing. If we can't move forward unless this person comes and apologizes, guess what? What happens if they never apologize? You just ain't never gonna move forward. Nothing that is connected to your wellness and your development can be based upon other folks. You will be waiting a lifetime and then some. I am taking my happiness out of the hands of others. All right? You have the King of Swords here. The King of Swords, I've been wondering why I felt bitter lately. That's why it's resentment. It's the resentment building up because it's in the hands of other people. And you have to take it back for yourself. King of Swords comes up here to say, this is not a time to be overrun with emotions or ran by emotions. Instead, this is a time for logic. This is a time for wisdom. This is a time for clear boundaries. This is the time to detach from drama and to lean into the truth and lean into discernment. Okay? So we're going to put the heart here and we're going to sit down with ourselves and say, what the fuck is going on? Okay? What is the truth? What is the hard, ugly truth that I feel about this person? The hard, ugly truth that I feel about myself, the hard, ugly truth that I feel about this life, and then deal with that. Unpack it, debunk it, but we got to get the truth out. and apply logic and wisdom to those truths. Okay? A lot of journal work. But let me tell you, you got the Three of Wands, which is expansion on the horizon. This is the world opening up for you. And so, but what we must do is plan the future from a healed place, from a healed self, not from a wounded one. So that's why we got to take the power back. We got to get clear so we could be manifesting and goal setting from a healed space. With this Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, now it's on the floor. But the Knight of Swords speaks to that beneath all of this is the urge to rush forward. You want to move forward. Beneath this is the urge to make moves. Beneath this is the urge to speak the truth. Beneath this is the urge to charge into change. But the ego cannot be at the forefront. We cannot be worried about how we will appear or how we would look, because that energy can backfire. Okay? We got to move from what gives the appearance of being good. Yeah, and all the while, if you really ask yourself, Allison, who is that helping? Here we go. What have we been calling peace? That's really just quiet. You think you're not saying anything is helpful. It's really not. Because they don't know what they're doing. And they don't know how you feel about what they're doing. So we try to maintain the peace while sacrificing our own truth. What have you been calling peace? That's really just been quiet. Okay? Sit with that. Sit with that question so we could get the most from this month. And journal what's real versus what's desired. And I would do you a whole new vision board after you done got clear so that you can get the fullness of that expansion. Okay? Thank you, Allison. Now I got Dana, then Kaya. And then loving me more. Now how you slide in here? This is why I tell y'all about the black folks. Black folks will find a way to get in. They will find a way. That's okay. I'll let you in this time. Okay. I haven't been able to see your content in forever. Hey, well, you know how the whatever algorithm does, child. They don't care about us. That's okay. Um, Dana, are you here? Dana probably said, "Child, you blow my nose, y'all." Dana on here. Dana done eased on. Oh, I see you, Dana. 10:20. All right. Ooh, let me tell you something. One thing about my clients, y'all are some pretty people. Aren't we grateful? We're grateful. Okay? I'm grateful that all Lighthouse, y'all know how to put on some clothes. Huh? Fix yourself up. I'm grateful. Woo! Because some of the people I've been seeing on TikTok, and I don't know if it's just me, but the folks don't got no ounce of shame. And I'm not saying you should have shame. Or be ashamed. But some of the folks need to be ashamed. I be like, just a pinch of shame. Just a pinch. You know what I'm saying? Just a pinch of shame. I mean, especially when I see folks put their grandmas on here. And I'm like, why your grandma look like that? Y'all be having the grandmas looking diabolical. The grandmas be looking diabolical. Okay? Y'all seen the grandmas they be putting on here. Ain't no way. I be like, y'all don't care. Okay, Dana. Let's see. They look real diabolical. And I try to just look at the videos and laugh. But y'all didn't put no grease in her hair. Y'all ain't moisturized her. Nothing. And y'all don't care. We got to do better in 2025. All right. Here we go. The focus of this month. And also, let me see. When's your birthday? Uh-huh. Oh, you a number one person. Double heavy on the number one. She is the one, the leader. Okay, Dana, you like to be the first one. Baby, let me tell you something. When you show up somewhere, the chances of somebody else having on your outfit is very low. And if you catch somebody with your outfit on, you shan't ever wear that again. That's the number ones, okay? Listen, they like to be original, okay? And they don't want no confusion. Don't get me halfway confused with nobody else. Okay, Dana, where's the lie at? Because I'm going to step out every time. Didn't I? And that's, see, I know. Okay? So here we go. So the theme for this month for you is Sacred unity begins within. Sacred unity begins within. Baby, everybody want to try to call me. Sacred unity begins within. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. You got the Hierophant, which comes up this month. The Hierophant is a card that's centered in tradition and institutions, but really what this is about is structure. Okay? Structures, spiritual principles, higher wisdom. And so your spirit is asking you to return to your sacred teachings. Remind yourself of your sacred teachings. So you may need to dust off one of them books, go back in that Kindle, reread some things, and pull yourself back into a structure. Okay? That could be through religious practices. That could be through a mentorship of some sort or an ancestral practice. Okay? So we got to get ourselves restructured. So you may need to refresh what your daily practice is. Thank you for the gift. You may need to refresh, revisit your spiritual practices. All right? And just get yourself back into alignment and stick to that. Okay? Part of the reason is this 5th month energy is so intense, so chaotic and rapid that we need structure and stability. And I think that's the reason why that's coming across the board in all of these readings today. We want to make sure that we are centered and stabilized, that we are grounded and sure. Okay? So structure. You also have temperance, which comes up here. When the temperance card comes up, this is a card that's centered in patience, that's centered in balance, and also that's centered in a divine timing being at play. So you may feel like you're like, I don't know if there's anything happening. I'm not really seeing it. Listen, we don't see the air, but we know we breathe it. So the spirit wants to remind you that there is alchemy happening behind the scenes. Okay? There are things that are being woven around you that you don't realize. So that's why it's important for you to keep yourself grounded, keep yourself in flow, all right? And centered. All right? And any place where you feel, I'm doing too much here, I need to do more here, make those adjustments, okay? Anywhere you may be overindulging, make those adjustments so you can redirect your energy and your resources in the directions of that which will actually help you, that which will actually increase you, okay? We got the Four of Wands here. Are you in a relationship? Are you talking to somebody or trying to? Because the reason why I say that is this is like a person of interest that's entering the frame. Are you talking to anybody, Dana? You're dating. I don't know why that's cracking me up. I'm dating. Dating. Listen, that's all I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say from now on. Single? No, no, baby. I'm dating. I'm dating. Shuffling. Not shuffling. Yeah. Hmm. Well, keep on dating. Keep on shuffling. Okay, because there's something positive that's gonna come from your dating and your shuffling this month. I also wanna focus on with this Four of Wands. There is a emotional or a spiritual milestone that you're getting ready to meet this month. And it confirms that the joy that you're seeking is more than possible that is going to happen so as long as the ground and the foundation is solid. So that's why this focus is on an internal work, getting yourself back in alignment with your practices or structures. Or if you ain't never had no practice or ain't never had no structure, then maybe we need to have a coaching session so we could build you a practice or a structure. Okay? But getting back in alignment with that, so you have that foundation, you have that stability. Okay? We got the Two of Cups here. That speaks to a sort of disconnect. And I think that is just with your spirit team and yourself. I think y'all just been, y'all not beefing or nothing, but we just not as in tune as we need to be. You would love that. Okay, yeah, Dana, go to the link in my bio and let's get you on the schedule. Okay? Because I think that can be really beneficial. We can examine your life, see what goals you want, you know, and we can set you up a practice that works and that makes sense for you. Okay? Yeah, I just think we got to get back in balance with that. And that's that temperance. And don't wait either, Dana. Dana be like 7 months later, like, what not supposed to? Yes, Dana, but now we about to be in a whole new year. Okay? We're in a whole nother year, Dana. So now we got to start fresh. Okay? And with this Hermit card that's at the bottom of the deck, this makes it very clear that this is the call inward. Removing yourself from the noise, separating from the noise, so you can sit and hear the truth that is within. Okay? So that's the energy of this month. Sacred union begins with the sacred self. Alignment is better than connection. Let's get aligned. And so let's come on, let's have our coaching session, Dana. Listen, so we can talk the fashions. Okay, because I know Dana has the fashions. Okay, and then we can get you a plan together. All right, Dana. Thank you. All right, I got Kaya, and then I got Loving Me More, who slid in. Ah, Kaya, you here? I think Kaya's on YouTube. Yeah, I think she's on YouTube. I see you, Kaya. When's your birthday, Kaya? Maybe we be having the same patterns. It was good to see you. All right, I'll see. I'll see you. This hopefully you'll see me later. So as the algorithm allows, maybe go to my page and like one of my videos, so the algorithm can start sending me to your news feed. Okay, you said when? 8/17. Come on, 8/17. It's the Leos for me, baby. Heavy on the Leo. Heavy Leo gang. I was born the 18th. Okay? Okay, here we go. The theme for this month for you is unfinished lessons and emotional mastery in progress. Unfinished lessons and emotional mastery in progress. All right. So there's just in a quick overview, there seems to be a repeating of an emotional cycle. Um, because we're avoiding the discomfort of deep reflection and of true closure. Okay? There's an avoidance. Because true closure is internal. You said two things that's the hardest for me. That's okay. We getting shook up this month. True closure is internal. True closure is when you decide that something no longer has access to your energy, no longer has access to your identity or your emotional space. Because we be waiting for clarity from somebody and we will never get it. Same thing I was telling Sister Woman earlier. When you sit there and you're like, it's dependent upon the other person, baby, good luck. Because you'll never get it if we're waiting on someone else to provide it. Okay? True closure is also when we reclaim the story. We reclaim the narrative. Where the story doesn't end with us in pain, it ends with us in power. and you don't need anyone's permission, their assistance. You don't need that person to heal. Okay? It's not reliant at all. Okay? So when I see this page of pentacles here reversed, this page of pentacles speaks of you sitting on a potential but not taking action. So this can manifest as procrastination, a lack of discipline, an avoiding of responsibility. And, this is the spirit also telling you that you're more than capable, but you do have to commit to the process, not to just the dream. And that's key. Some of us are committed to the dream, but we're not committed to the process that it takes to get us to the dream. You got to commit to the process. And the process is where the work happens. If we had it our way, we'd go sleep, wake up, and then we'll be in what we want. And that's just not how it works. Okay? That's not how it works. So, a part of your mantra needs to be, I am committed to the dream. I'm committed to the process just as much as I am to the dream. We must commit to the process. We also got the World card reverse. The World card reverse speaks to an incomplete cycle. This is the closure thing I was talking about earlier, where there is a lesson that hasn't been learned. We've left something open-ended, and that's keeping us stuck. You gotta tie up the loose ends before it manifests as a blockage. Okay? So that's that committing to true closure and deciding that you don't need anything from them. You don't. I understand what you might have told yourself, what you might have thought before, but you don't need anything from them. Okay? True closure, true closure. I don't really have any guidance, so I often doubt if I'm making the right steps. I understand. I understand. But I want you to research the Ori, O-R-I, how to strengthen your Ori, how to connect with your Ori, because your Ori holds your destiny. And so if you connect with your Ori, it will strengthen that inner voice and give you more confidence into the steps and the directions that you're taking. So research the Ori. We got the Hermit card that comes here in reverse. So this is an avoidance here of solitude, or avoidance of self-reflecting, where we choose to instead distract ourselves with people, with work, or emotional busyness. We just busying ourselves. And the spirit is saying, come on back in. Come on back in. Because I guarantee you the thing you're running from is the thing that's going to set you free. Okay? So your job needs to be understanding the Ori and how to work and align with your Ori. Okay? That's going to be your job here. Because we got this Three of Swords, we understand the heartbreak. And it's also healing, but you keep picking the scab. So pain, it's ready to be, past pain is ready to be released, but only if we stop reopening the wound. The grief of yesterday is not a souvenir. Okay? But this is all because we're not in alignment with ourselves, which is why I want you to look up and learn about the Ori. Because at the bottom of this deck, what is anchoring this reading, the foundation of this reading, is your emotional maturity. Spirit is calling you to become the king, the queen, the royal of your emotions. We find power when we stop avoiding the hard things. So the evolution that you've been wanting, that it's there, it's waiting. But you gotta be honest. You gotta close the chapter. You gotta sit still. You gotta sit with the silence. And you gotta keep fighting to carry pain that the Spirit already offered to heal. All right? So as I said, Ori. ORI. That needs to be your goal. Learn that, study that, and look up practices to align yourself with that. Okay? That's right. Because look, not doing it, not doing it is the only way to really fail. Only way to fail is to not do. That's the only way you're gonna fail. Because if you try it, guess what? You may not get a 100, but you see where you can grow. You know where you're at. You see what you need to do. But if we don't do it, well, hey, you might as well have failed. You get the same result. So that's why I said sit with that or read, because your fear of failure is all made up. You making that up because it ain't happened yet. Do we realize that? The stuff that be holding us back be imaginary stuff. It's stuff that hasn't even happened. It's stuff we be making up. It's not real. So you got this, Kaya. Last but certainly not least, I got loving me more. Hold on, TikTok. Baby, I know. and loving me more. Remind me of when your birthday is. Oh Lord, all these number 8 people. Hey, come on, 8. So let's start here. Here's your theme for May. Reality check, stability, and illusions. Reality check, stability, and illusions. The spirit highlights where you are feeling unmotivated, where you may feel stuck, or you're trying to chase some things that have the appearance of being good, but on the inside, baby, it's not it. Okay? So here's why I say this. We got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? Knight of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Pentacles reversed speaks to stagnation. Stagnation can come as way of laziness and by way of being burnt out, procrastinating, where we have been starting things and not following through. And we just be afraid to start anything at all. Here's the thing. Discipline creates freedom. So the spirit urges you to show up when you don't feel like it. Show up even when it's not exciting. Definitely burnt out. Okay, got you. Got you. So when we talk about burnout, sometimes we got to do a digital detox. I used to create a worry journal where I set 15 minutes to write about all my stressors. Then I close the book and I don't talk about it. I every time the thought come up, I cancel it because I can't deal with it. Also, quit the multitasking. Focus on a single task at a time. That's going to help to preserve your energy mentally. And listen, I would even schedule some do nothing moments. Schedule do nothing moments for 10 minutes where you just sit, you stare out the window, you sit outside without playing no music, without being on your phone, without no stimulation. Do nothing. Okay? To help alleviate some of that brain pressure. Also, for your nervous system, we need a good nervous system reset. So doing some gentle yoga, some touching of grass will be really good for you. Okay? But can't be a victim of the burnout. Because that's what's stopping us. We got this 9 of Cups here that's reversed. This 9 of Cups kind of highlights to chasing an illusion, chasing a surface level happiness, be that money, pleasure, status, but finding it unsatisfying. Spirit is asking, are we confusing what we want with what we need? Something that's edible versus something that's food. You see what I'm saying? Boom. I was relieving my biggest stressor yesterday, so this change is coming for sure. Perfect. And 5 is the number of change, of liberation, power, freedom. Okay? So, glory be. King of Pentacles reverse speaks of a financial instability, a fear of failure, and or dealing with someone that is controlling, that's ego driven, with money or with status and power. Spirit is asking you to evaluate your view on success, and that wealth must be internal first. And also, I'll say, sometimes people look stable, but they are spiritually and emotionally bankrupt. So examine this month. What is wealth and success to you? Okay? Because that's what matters. Fool card in reverse at the bottom of the deck. This signals wanting to start over, but needing to get clear first. So we don't want to be reckless. We don't want to leap out of naivety. We don't want to jump into something new without closing out the old. We don't want to perform freedom. We want to be freedom. Okay? So there is a new life that's happening here. But the mindset must be new. So take some time this month to pause and reflect and reframe how you view success, how you define success. Because real joy is not something we can cook up or conjure up by shortcuts, by performances, and by illusions. So spend time this month with the self, digging deep, asking the questions, so you don't just start over. so that you can begin. Okay? So that you can begin. That's the Spirit's message for you for May. Let me see if that's all I need to say for the collective today. Yes. All right, good people. I hope you got something from the readings today. If you need to book a one-on-one with me, don't delay. Go book that coaching session. Go book that reading, whatever it is. I will be waiting. All right? I'll talk to you all later. Oh, also go watch my 5 video yesterday. Day before yesterday, I think. I spoke about the power of the number 5. No, those several days ago. And about this universal month 5. Okay? So go pay attention to that. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace, everybody.